this is Star. It is once again very early, but we shall get started. 2 months and a half before, by 1x_1x1x1. Chapter 2. Someone you should get to know. Summary. He swears to himself that he saw the blonde smile at him. A small smirk, a glimpse of a tooth gap under those grinning lips. It was burnt behind his eyes, stained on his glasses, but he's not sure. Maybe it's just wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. It's not like I yearn for him. Why would I? I'm just interested. That's all. You fucked up, Derek. That was the first time that guy talked to you, and you blatantly insulted him, you moron. Or, Derek also struggles and regrets his life choices. Now, the universe is going to do something about it. It was the same guy from programming. Derek had recognized that blonde hair from a meter away. Call him a creep. But he'd been observing this man since half of the semester. Ever since he had no choice but to sit behind the guy who murders his mouse during lectures. Ryan, or Avery perhaps, had been his only entertainment in that room full of nobodies. The faint, big, crushed sound of him taking damage, eating and attacking, distracting him. Sure, but in a way, it was grounding. Avery would smash his fingers on the keyboard with his tongue sticking out as he tried and always managed, to pull a clutch. Derek wouldn't watch. He'd just catch a glimpse and file away random parts of his brain. But there was one time where Derek grew tired, peeking from his peripheral vision. He had leaned over the side of the table and saw Avery kill another player with a fishing rod. A fishing rod. Sweet Jesus. No wonder his keyboard looked so fucked up. Sweet Jesus. No wonder his keyboard looked so fucked up. Derek watched in awe that day, his lips parted, leaning over his chair, as if he could analyze every click, every tick damage, every FPS drop. This guy was good, too good. Were there any cheats? Anything that may have given him the advantages? Or was it just pure skill? He wanted to ask, but Avery had felt the attention and flicked his eyes to the person watching his Skywars montage. The scribbles on his textbook were suddenly interesting. The def defines a function. Neat. But his peripheral caught something else. He swears to him he saw the blonde smile at him, a small smirk, a glimpse of a tooth gap under those grinning lips. It was burnt behind his eyes, stained on his glasses, but he's not sure. Maybe it's just wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. It's not like I yearn for him. Why would I? I'm just interested. That's all. Heart emoji. You fucked it up, Derek. This is the first time that guy talked to you, and you blatantly insulted him. You moron. Derek didn't need to glance up from the mirror to know how stupid he must have looked after that. Avery was trying to socialize, albeit awkwardly, and he shut him out, like he would do to everyone else. You wanted to say something else, but when impulsive Derek, grabs the blonde wrist, and it felt skin against skin, his defense shut up. Like someone breached in some sort of off-limits data room in his brain and rewired his entire system. It's not like he meant it. The brunette was just trying to make Avery quit overwhelming himself with thoughts Derek couldn't exactly soothe, because he had no idea what those thoughts were. But it seemed like he can't get to tone down his honesty. Writing thoughts is easier than speaking them up. The last subject he mingled schedule was philosophy. If he's lucky, Avery would think that maybe the stain wasn't that bad. Maybe he decided to stay for the next lecture and sit in the first row. Maybe then he'd get a chance to apologize. But knowing himself, he'd probably just stay silent, bottle up, and implode. Avery was in the last row, the farthest from the projector. Odd. Oh, odd, but not unpredictable. Avery didn't want to be seen. The stand was bigger than it used to be back in the halls, Derek noticed, but even when the guy was hunching, covering his poor back in an angle that was too pitifully hide it, he could see it on his face. Avery doesn't want to be here. Neither did anyone else in the room. The pathetic excuse of a professor was spouting random shit about their personal life and nothing about the lesson in the textbooks. This felt like some low-effort stand-up comedies of a decent college university. Right. Well, let's get back on to our topic. Oh, thank Christ above. Who do you think here is my favorite H.P. Lovecraft creature? Never mind. Derek took off his glasses and slumped on his desk, hiding his face in his crossed arms. There's no point in listening to some narcissistic teacher that manages to reroute every single conversation to them. He could hear a couple students guess, some teachers' pets, mind you, and try to hit the correct answer because apparently getting it right will increase their GPA in some way. Derek is not stupid. He's not going to answer some shitty game show. His arm is starting to numb from the position he's in. Head resting heavily on his forearm. One student spoke up. Cthulhu, Professor? Nope. Another guess. Azathan? Let me know if I say that wrong. I don't know how to pronounce it. Try again. The arm hurts now. Derek groaned and shifted, raising his arm to let the blood flow back in. That's better. I'm not getting a blood clot from this. Yes, Mr. Hutchins? Derek dropped his hand, but it was too late. Fuck. He'd completely forgotten that a Q&A was going on and raise his hand. Derek, you dumbass. He could just say that you didn't mean to raise his hand, but the professor was very nice to students that failed to answer. Very, very nice. Plus, Avery was watching from behind. Same. Derek stammered, sitting up straight now that he was the center of attention. Could you repeat the question? The advisor's eyes twitched when the brunette saw it all the way from here. Which Lovecraft creature do you think interests me? Right. Derek didn't know jack shit about H.P. Lovecraft, but he does remember one. What was his name? The one with the tentacles? Hastur? The pettiest teacher's pet beside him stole his answer. Yes, that's a plus point on your marks, miss. The girl on his left smirked triumphantly at him and lent Derek his glasses. Where in the fuck did she get her hands on those? Bitch. He'd only glare through blurred eyesight and snatch the glasses from her. All right, the professor stated, like they've done something educational. For my last project before New Year's break, I'm going to pair you all into two. Are you going to pick who we'll pair up with? Nope. Collective groan. Who the hell is Derek? Avery sat on his desk in his casual clothes and set the meeting email from his monitor. Photo description. Email. Philosophy project. Pairing. Professor Winters. GrantWinters@gmail.com. To me. You have been paired with student Derek Hutchins with the selected topic, researching about the King in Yellow, Hastur. Deadline set for January 3rd, 2026. Contact information, dhutchkins333@gmail.com. Hutchins. I've heard that name before, back in philosophy, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's the guy next to him back in the cafeteria? Or maybe they're actually a girl with a boy's name. Or was it... Oh, God. No, Ryan. Derek Hutchins cannot be the guy that kindly informed him about the stain on his now being brutally washed shirt. Avery eyed the contact information at the bottom of the email. He can't exactly write his way out of this, can he? The only way he can find out for sure is to text them. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe never. Preferably never. Notes. I had to delete the pictures. We'll bring them back up later. Oh my god. Remind me to never use HTML again. I will cry. Thank you, everyone for reading. Haha, Derek, you stupid dumbass. If there's any typos, please tell me. You spelled everyone wrong in the notes. I think I did find it. One. I'll go look for it. The Q&A is still on. Chapter 3 may be delayed. My power keeps going out. The email part looks really fucked, I know, but I'm on. I have not coded in HTML and so on. Where did they misspell? I think it was... whatever, I'm too lazy to go find it. Well, that was chapter 2 of 2 months and a half before by 1x_1x1x1. I love this fanfic. I'll probably record the next chapter soon, but I'm gonna finish with this one. And yeah. So, see y'all. It was, yeah. I'm gonna make this exactly 12 minutes.